Hello and welcome to DOZ Show with a Rebel. If you love stories and lessons, you'll love DOZ Show. DOZ Show empowers women to pursue their God given purpose and fulfill their destinies by sharing amazing and inspirational stories of other women. Today, I will share the story of five remarkable women known as the daughters of Zelophehad. I will also share the leadership lessons gleaned from their story. Please hit the subscribe button, like and share, and don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Zelophehad was one of the many children of Israel rescued from Egyptian bondage. While the Bible does not say much about him, it does mention that he had no sons. Zelophehad had five daughters named Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. They were very unusual women. After the death of their father, all five of them stood before Moses, Eleazar the priest, and indeed the entire congregation of Israel, and said, "Our father died in the wilderness, and he was not in the company of them that gathered themselves together against the Lord in the company of Korah, but died in his own sin and had no sons. Why should the name of our father be done away from among his family because he had no son? Give unto us therefore a possession among the brethren of our father." This is in Numbers 27 3 to 4. Their request was a bit foreign to Moses, as it was the first time women would bring such an issue before him. He was obviously unsure how to handle it, so he turned to the Lord for guidance, and this is what God said. The daughters of Zelophehad speak right. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their father's brethren, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass on to them. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a man die and have no son, then ye shall cause his inheritance to pass on to his daughter. And this is in Numbers 27 7 to 8. Not only did God instruct Moses to give all five women an inheritance among their father's brothers, he also made a law that going forward, the inheritance of a man who had no son should be passed to his daughter. Thus, in confronting Moses on this issue, the five daughters of Zelophehad not only liberated themselves, they liberated all women who would ever find themselves in a similar situation. These women were empowered women. These women were leaders. So now let's look at the leadership lessons from the five daughters of Zelophehad. Leadership lesson number one: great women are liberators. They do not wait for others to free them from life's challenges. Instead, they confront these challenges directly and liberate themselves and others in the process. Leadership lesson number two: great women challenge the status quo and refuse to accept it. These five women did not agree with the notion that only a man could inherit his father's possessions. Instead, they challenged this belief. They argued, "Our father had no sons, so why should his name be erased from the family because of that?" Leadership lesson number three: great women are unafraid to venture into uncharted territory. Until now, no woman had ever stood up to demand an inheritance alongside men. But these women did not let that deter them. They had a vision and pursued it, regardless of whether anyone had attempted it before. Great women are pathfinders, trailblazers, and pace setters. They are natural leaders. Leadership lesson number four: great women fight for causes larger than themselves. For these women, it wasn't about inheritance, it was about ensuring that their father's name would not be forgotten. Though their father was dead, they were determined that his legacy would live on. Interestingly, no one knew Zelophehad while he was alive. However, his five daughters brought attention to his name, standing before Moses and the entire congregation. As a result of their actions, his name was recorded in the Bible, where it would be read for generations to come. They spoke for their father when he could not speak for himself. And when he could not fight for himself, they fought to secure a place for him in their tribe. And remarkably, they achieved much more than that. Leadership lesson number five: remarkable women are catalysts for change. These women not only transformed their own lives, but also paved the way for future generations of women. No longer will daughters be denied the right to inherit their father's possessions, and no man would have to see his name fade away simply because he had no sons. Leadership lesson number six: great women are bold. These women stood before Moses and the entire congregation, presenting their case without fear or hesitation. "Our father has died and he had no sons," they said, before bravely asking a groundbreaking question that had never been posed by a woman before. Why should his name be lost because he had no son? They then boldly declared what they wanted: "Give us a possession among the men." Notice that these women did not ask Moses, "Will you give us this? Is it possible?" Instead, they made a direct demand: "Give us." And Moses granted their request. Leadership lesson number seven: great women serve as an inspiration to others. Every time I read about their journeys, I feel deeply motivated. Their stories challenge the notion of gender inequality, which some women use as an excuse for inaction. Ultimately, the story of great women sends a message that is clear and powerful. You can succeed too, simply because you are a woman. Ladies, we have come to the end of today's show. DOZ Show returns next week with another exciting story, and leadership lessons to motivate you in pursuing your dreams. If you have enjoyed this episode, please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for listening. My name is Etirivi Erebo, and this is DOZ Show. See you next Thursday.